Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're in Florence for my first day, but the second day of Pitti Uomo. We've got quite a busy day today. We're going up to Fortezza di Basso from the centre of Florence, but first I'll talk you through my outfit. We're working a bit today with Todd Snyder, so I'm head to toe Todd Snyder. Including this Western-inspired and Western-style suede jacket. My brother's wearing the black counterpart as well. We're going to have a little walk up to Fortezza di Basso, which is where the men's trade show is. So we'll do some street style spotting on the way, and I'll talk you through what we're doing while we're here. So Pitti is an important part of the men's fashion calendar. It kicks off Men's Fashion Week every January and June. And it's the birthplace of the first ever men's fashion show that was held by Brioni back in 1953. And I'll talk about that quite a lot. But it has a lot of historical significance with menswear. Over the next couple of days, you'll see some of the best dressed and some of the most extravagantly dressed men on the planet. And they'll be rocking through the streets that we're walking through at the moment. So I'll definitely show you some of that. So this part of Men's Fashion Week is slightly different to the rest, as it is still a traditional trade show. So there's a big exhibition space at Fortezza di Basso, which is where loads of exhibitors are, loads of menswear guys. You've got the British guys, all the Savile Row tailors, merchants, cobblers, everyone in menswear. So it's still nice. It's definitely a different crowd to the rest of Men's Fashion Week. But we'll go up there now and I'll show you around. And then later on, we have a runway show after our activations with Todd Snyder. Today is Hed Mayner, who is a former recipient of the LVMH prize, and I think tomorrow is Soshiotsuki, who's the most recent winner of the LVMH prize. So I'll hopefully show you around some of that too. But for now, let's head on up to Fortezza and show you around there. So we're back at Palazzo Vecchio. Quick outfit change for the aperitivo with Todd Snyder. I'm in a full Todd Snyder suit again. There is a few things. So in the comments to my videos, people often ask me about where I get my trousers from, and the black pair and the grey pair that I wear most often are actually from Todd Snyder. They're a nice wide leg, high-waisted, and perfect for loads of situations. There is also the right way to wear a quarter zip without looking like a finance bro, and my best advice would be not to get navy and not to wear it underneath a gilet, and you'd probably be okay. Try and go for a monochrome palette or something that completely contrasts. I like cream and browns, that usually works. But we'll head out into the courtyard and I'll show you some of the fits that the other guys are wearing from Todd Snyder as well.
Each other in the dark night, a different kind. Beauty, you know, they're different. Perfection is easier to see than beauty. You look at the sky and it's perfect, and then you look further and it's beautiful.
Hi guys, it's now the last day of Pitti. This morning I was dressed in Erno so that we could go and shoot some things for them. I had this lovely green co-ord. I did also get a cardigan, but I couldn't quite fit underneath the jacket. Erno are an old Italian brand that were born in the 40s off the back of a combination of cotton and castor oil that was left over by abandoned planes in a post-war Italy. This combination led to them creating really functional garments with waterproofing at the heart of what they do, making some of the best coats and jackets that then obviously grew into a more filled out brand with all sorts of product categories. So this morning we headed up to Fortezza di Basso, which is where we are right now, which is the main exhibition space for Pitti, to check out their exhibition. On entry, you get some of their new innovations and their new coats, which are these amazing kind of puffer jackets, but certainly in a different style to their competitors that are like the Monclers or whatever. And also for me, I think at a more reasonable price point. Also still quite expensive, but I think good value for money. Then that follows on to this amazing jacket, which was one of my highlights of the presentation. It also has the Loro Piana rain system. So despite being really, really soft and comfortable, it's also got the waterproofing in there too. And the person there told me that the Loro Piana family and the Erno family are still close personal friends. And that's where that collaboration kind of came from. And then still throughout the brand, more technical pieces, but still built on this functionality and connection with water, which is where the brand started. This amazing kind of chalet collection, which is where I wish we all were right now. And the rest of the collection, which again, some beautiful palettes, some really nice functional garments, but still with that Italian craftsmanship, some nice styling too. And yeah, really nice. It was my introduction to Erno, and I've seen them around for a few years here, but never really had that personal introduction to the brand. So it was nice to go and wear some of their clothes and experience the collection more fuller. So right now we're at Fortezza di Basso. We're going to go into the exhibition space and I'll show you around there. As you can see, there are hundreds, I think thousands of brands here. So this is the main kind of site inside Fortezza. There's several other buildings and halls that are all filled with exhibitors too. On this floor, you've got everything from like hat makers like Stetson, some cobblers, the British guys from Northampton, all making their amazing shoes, the Edward Greens of the world and those ones. And then as you go downstairs, the kind of pride and joy of Pitti is the big Brunello Cucinelli stand. They were there earlier this week. And then loads and loads of Italian tailors, knitwear specialists. We ended up venturing around to see Caruso for a little while, which was really beautiful. And then Macintosh, which are the old Scottish coat maker, another British brand with loads and loads of heritage. They were telling me they have a really strong presence in Japan, but are kind of working on their presence in Britain again. The hero for me was walking in, and there's this reversible cashmere, Loro Piana cashmere coat. You can see from the button detail, so it will turn inside out and still button up the same. Really soft, amazing, amazing piece. And then these more technical garments that Macintosh are kind of renowned for, their hero piece, have this beautiful waterproof jacket. Interestingly, on a few of these jackets, they have detachable linings. So if you can see here, the buttons around the back and down the side allow you to take out the lining and interchange it or wear it without a lining. And another piece here that has the Harris tweed lining too. This was really cool for me. I also think the women's wear was beautiful. But another British brand that I'm definitely going to keep an eye on this year. They have some exciting things coming up, including a collaboration. But really great to see like a combination of these Italian and British brands side by side that all have that love for the right things, slow fashion, but like really, really well-made garments. So Pitti, as I said earlier, starts off like Men's Fashion Week, but it's a very different atmosphere to the rest of Fashion Week. The trend spotting is slightly different too. With the rest of Fashion Weeks, you'll see like very clear different trends, whether that's a brand trend, a color trend, or a certain style that everyone is wearing. Here, because it's so sartorially focused, it's more nuanced. So there might be a cloth or a pattern, something very specific that will be a trend. It's less obvious to see here. The people who are involved with Pitti and come to Pitti will see very, very slight niche trends that materialize and become a thing within the rest of menswear and tailoring kind of circles. I think often there's this perception that it's quite an intimidating atmosphere too, but it's actually not. You can come here at any level of your experience in the men's industry and still be like loved and adored and welcomed in. Often it can be quite snobby, and you can definitely find snobby people within the menswear realm. But here, some people I've met this week have been here for the very first time, but absolutely loved it. So it's still got that accessible and approachable feel here too. So that brings us to the end of the time at the exhibition space for Pitti. And now we just have the final guest designer runway show for the evening, which is Soshiotsuki. First, I'll talk through what I'm wearing because I nearly forgot about that. This is my made-to-measure suit from Lanieri, made from Redder Wool, which is their parent company. I've had it a couple of years now. It's got this beautiful, it's a charcoal colour, but it's got a nice herringbone pattern on it as well, with a Todd Snyder and Albini collaboration shirt and a tie that was my granddad's. I don't know how long he had it, but I've had it for a couple of years now already. But it's great. They don't make ties like this anymore. Soshiotsuki is known for his tailoring, and even the way he's shot, on his lookbooks and the Instagram, it's just so nostalgic. I remember when the announcement for the LVMH prize came out, and everyone was like, "Oh, it's a bit boring or whatever. It's not as avant-garde as some previous winners." For us, I think this is really, really cool. I think it's the way that fashion should be turning to, a focus on craftsmanship before anything else. But also the silhouettes are interesting, the styling's interesting. I think there's so much character in these pieces. So I'm excited to see what the show has in store for us. So yeah, we're going to head over to the show space now and see how it all goes. And with that, it rounds out Pitti Uomo 109. We're now in Milan, ready for Milan Fashion Week. So be ready for the next video because we'll be starting it right from here. But thanks again for watching. Please share this video with someone that you think will like it. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It really helps.